Kept the lights on, waiting for you. Folded your silence into something I call truth. You had my hands, you had my every prayer. Now I'm just breathing in the ghost of you that's still here. I should've known when the roses went cold that you were leaving long before you let go. I gave you my soul, every quiet piece of me you'll never know. I poured out my heart like it was yours to hold, but you left me here, empty and alone. I gave you my soul. I still find your name written on my skin, in every love song that I can't listen to again. You took the warmest parts of who I am, left me standing in the winter of a woman that you ran from. I should've known when your eyes looked away that the love I was building was already frayed. I gave you my soul, every quiet piece of me you'll never know. I poured out my heart like it was yours to hold, but you left me here, empty and alone. I gave you my soul, and I don't know how to want you less. I don't know how to forget your breath on my cheek on a Sunday in December. I gave you all I had left, the kind of love you don't forget, and you walked away like I was never anything worth keeping, anything worth keeping. I gave you my soul, every broken, beautiful piece of me you'll never know. I poured out my heart like it was yours to hold, but you left me here, bleeding and alone. I gave you my soul. Maybe one day I'll learn to breathe again. Maybe one day these tears will find their end. But tonight I'm still the girl who gave everything she had to someone who couldn't stay. I make my coffee for one now, set a single cup beside the window where we used to sit. I watch the rain trace lines down the cold glass, and I wonder if you ever think of this. I kept the sweater that you left behind. Some nights I wear it just to feel less blind to the kind of love that didn't say goodbye. It just slowly disappeared like morning light, and I never said it loud enough. Now the words just echo in an empty cup of everything I swallowed, trying not to fall apart. You'll never know how many nights I cried your name into a pillow that still carries your remains. You'll never know how hard I tried to let you go, how I loved you in the silence, in the spaces no one knows. You'll never know. I deleted all our photos twice, put them back again at 2 a.m. last night, because forgetting you felt more like losing me than anything I ever thought that love could be. I smile at strangers, I get through my days, but something in me hasn't moved. It's still standing where you walked away, still waiting like it doesn't know the truth. And I never told you what you meant to me. Now I'm writing it in letters no one reads, folded up and tucked beneath the girl I used to be. You'll never know how many nights I cried your name into a pillow that still carries your remains. You'll never know how hard I tried to let you go, how I loved you in the silence, in the spaces no one knows. You'll never know. I was the one who stayed when you were pulling away. I was the one who prayed you'd turn around someday. I counted every almost was enough to keep me holding on to something that was never mine to love. And the cruelest part of all of this is you moved on like I don't exist, while I'm still here learning how to miss someone who never knew what they had in this. You'll never know how quietly I fell apart, how I stitched together pieces of my broken heart. You'll never know the version of me only you could see, the one who loved so deeply that she lost herself completely. You'll never know. You'll never know. Maybe that's the saddest thing of all. Not the leaving, not the fall, but that you never stopped to see how completely you were everything to me. And you'll never know. You'll never know. I still set the table like you're coming home. Still hear your laughter in the walls of this old house we owned. I reach for you in sleep before I remember. You're not here anymore. You're not here anymore. The morning birds still sing outside our window, but nothing feels the same without you breathing next to me. I water all the flowers that you planted, trying to keep alive what you left behind in me. How do you move on from someone who was every reason that you stayed? How do you rebuild a heart that gave itself so far away? You were everything to me, the first breath of the morning, the last star I would see. You were home inside a heartbeat. You were air inside my lungs. You were everything. You were everything to me. And now you're gone. I found your hand writing inside a drawer, just a grocery list, but I sat on the cold kitchen floor, because even your handwriting still breaks me in the smallest ways, in the quietest ways. I've been talking to your photograph at sunset, saying all the things I never had the courage to confess, that you were more than just the love I'd chosen. You were every part of me I never could express. How do you start over from the beginning when the story of your life is someone else? How do you learn to call a place a home again when home was never walls but someone else? You were everything to me, the first breath of the morning, the last star I would see. You were home inside a heartbeat. You were air inside my lungs. You were everything. You were everything to me. And now you're gone. I didn't know what love was until you showed me what it looked like. Soft and patient, warm and golden in the light. I didn't know what losing was until the day the silence swallowed every beautiful and ordinary night. You were in the way I laughed too loud in every song that played too long. You were in my mother's favorite season. You were where I felt I belonged. You were in the spaces between words, in the pause before a prayer. You were so completely woven into me that losing you meant losing everywhere. You were everything to me, not just the grand and breathless moments, but the in-betweens. You were Tuesday morning coffee. You were safe when I was scared. You were everything. You were everything to me, and it's not fair. You were everything. You were everything, and I would give the rest of my life just to tell you one more time. You were everything to me, everything, everything. I found your coffee mug still on the counter, the one you used on lazy Sunday mornings by the light. I couldn't bring myself to wash it clean, like washing it would mean admitting you were really gone from my life. I traced the rim with trembling fingers, remembering the way you'd smile across the room at me. Funny how the smallest things become the heaviest when someone takes their love and sets you free. I never thought that love could feel like punishment. I never thought that staying meant I'd lose. But here I am, still standing in the wreckage of a heart that only ever wanted you. Only ever wanted you. You walked out of my heart like winter walks away and doesn't feel the cold. You walked out of my heart like you were never scared, like you were always whole. I was the one left trembling at the threshold, watching all our memories just unravel and depart. You walked out of my life so clean, so quietly. You walked out of my heart. The neighbors saw me crying on the front porch. I didn't even try to hide it anymore that night, because Pride feels small and pointless in the darkness, when the only one you want is out of sight. I called your number just to hear your voicemail, just to feel the silence with the sound of who you were. Hung up before the beat, because I knew then that no message I could leave would make you return. I never thought that I could love this recklessly. I never thought I'd beg somebody please, but love will bring the strongest woman to her knees when it walks out the door with somebody so unaware of what they mean. So unaware of what they mean. You walked out of my heart like winter walks away and doesn't feel the cold. You walked out of my heart like you were never scared, like you were always whole. I was the one left trembling at the threshold, watching all our memories just unravel and depart. You walked out of my life so clean, so quietly. You walked out of my heart. Did you ever stop to turn around? Did you feel me calling from the ground, where I felt the moment that you chose to leave? Did it cross your mind at all that someone back there took the fall for every single promise you unmade? I built a life around your presence, rearranged my world around your name, planned my future in the color of your laughter, and you left me with an ache I can't explain. I can't explain. Maybe you didn't mean to break me. Maybe leaving felt like mercy in your mind. Maybe you believe that I'd be better without the kind of love you couldn't find inside yourself, inside yourselves. You walked out of my heart, and the silence that you left is all consuming. You walked out of my heart, and every room inside me needs remaking. I was the one who loved without a blueprint, who gave until the giving tore me apart. You walked out so easily, so finally. You walked out of my heart. You walked out and I fell open. Every seam inside me broken, every promise left unspoken still echoes where you used to be. You walked out, but I'm still breathing, past the grieving, past the bleeding, past the needing, slowly learning I am more than who you left behind that door. You walked out of my heart, but I'm still here. I'm still here. The autumn leaves have come and gone 3 times now, since the last time that your hand was holding mine. I rearranged the furniture to fool myself that something in this life had changed with time. But I still face the door when someone knocks now. Still catch my breath at every shadow passing through. Still set my heart on every notification. Foolish prayers disguised as hoping it was you. The mind can know the truth of something ending. The mind can read the writing on the wall, but the heart was never built for understanding how to stop belonging to someone at all. Someone Trust myself in new beginnings twice now. Try to fall in love with someone else's eyes, but every tender moment felt like treason. Every gentle touch felt like a lie. 'Cause something in my marrow still remembers the specific warmth of you beside me in the dark. And no amount of willing or of wanting can rearrange what's carved into my heart. The seasons keep on turning without asking. The world keeps spinning whether I am healed, but grief has its own calendar and compass, and mine still points to you across the field. Across the field, and my heart still waits in the place where you left it standing still. My heart still waits at the corner of your memory and my will. I have tried to move the mountains of this longing, but they only grow in silence and in weight. Everyone around me has moved on now, but my heart still waits. I know that you're not coming, I know the story ended, I know the chapter closed the moment that you left. But knowing is a different kind of language than the one my heart has spoken. Since the very breath you drew me to your chest, I have prayed to let you go on 1,000 quiet evenings. I have written you goodbye in so many different ways. I have burned the letters, folded up the photographs, and still my heart remains waiting like a candle in the window, waiting like a season that won't turn, waiting like a woman who still loves you more than she has language to confirm. More than she has language to confirm. My heart still waits, not because I haven't tried to free it. My heart still waits because some loves were never meant to leave it. I have walked through every valley of this grieving, climbed the highest walls that sorrow made, and on the other side, still standing softly, is my heart, still waiting, unafraid. Still waits in the quiet, in the aching, in the beautiful and breaking. My heart still waits. You said goodnight like every other evening. You kissed my cheek the way you always did, but something in the air was quietly changing. A feeling I ignored, a truth I hid. The candle on the table kept on burning, the clock kept moving like nothing was wrong. And I was there beside you, smiling, breathing, not knowing I was loving you for the last time all along. Did you plan it in the middle of our dinner? Did you decide it on an ordinary day? How long were you already gone inside your heart before your body finally walked away? I didn't feel you let go, no warning, no thunder, no sign in the rain. I didn't feel you let go, just woke up one morning and couldn't explain why everything looked the same but felt so hollow, while your side of the bed felt cold and strange. I was the last one to know you stopped loving me. I didn't feel you let go. I keep rewinding back through all the moments, looking for the crack I must might have missed? Was it that Sunday when you smiled too quietly? Or the last time that we danced and almost kissed? I wonder if you tried to tell me something in the spaces of the words you chose to say. I wonder if I looked too close at loving you to notice love was slowly slipping away. Because you never slammed the door, raised your voice, you never gave me something I could fight. You just slowly became someone I didn't know, and I was holding on with all my might. I didn't feel you let go. No warning, no thunder, no sign in the rain. I didn't feel you let go. Just woke up one morning and couldn't explain why everything looked the same but felt so hollow. Why your side of the bed felt cold and strange. I was the last one to know you stopped loving me. I didn't feel you let go. And the cruelest part is not the leaving. The cruelest part is how gentle it was. No explosion, no disaster, just silence replacing all the love that used to be enough. I keep touching the spaces where you used to be, like a blind man reading words that disappear. You let go so soft, I thought you were still holding, and I built my whole world around you being here. I didn't feel you let go. I was still learning your name like a favorite song. I didn't feel you let go. I was still thinking that we were still strong. But you were counting down the days to your freedom, while I was counting blessings with your name. Now I'm standing in a love I thought was certain, that quietly became an empty frame. I didn't feel it, I didn't see it, I didn't know that every tender moment near the ending was already your way of letting go. I made a wish on every falling star, not knowing every single one was you. I prayed for something beautiful to find me, and somehow the universe sent you through. You felt like warm light on a winter morning. You felt like finally, after all my pain. And I was so convinced that you were heaven. I never thought that heaven could just leave again. But here I am with all these empty wishes, talking to a sky that doesn't answer back. I wish you knew how hard I try to keep us. I wish you knew there's no road leading back. Wish you could see me now without my armor. Wish you could feel the weight of what you left. Wish you remembered all the things you promised. Wish you still meant every word you said. Wish you were here beside me in the darkness. Wish you were still the one I call my home. But most of all, I wish I didn't miss you, 'cause wishing you is breaking me alone. I wore the dress you said you loved on Fridays. I kept the notes you wrote inside my drawer. I water all the flowers like you're coming, not knowing I've been growing up for no one anymore. I catch myself about to call your number, then remember you're not mine to call. And all these little habits built around you are the hardest kind of you to let go of all. I trace the outline of your name in pillows, pretending that your breathing fills the room. I know that wishing you won't make you come back, but darling, I don't know what else to do. Wish you could see me now without my armor. Wish you could feel the weight of what you left. Wish you remembered all the things you promised. Wish you still meant every word you said. here beside me in the darkness. Wish you were still the one I call my home. But most of all, I wish I didn't miss you, 'cause wishing you is breaking me alone. Maybe you moved on like changing seasons. Maybe my name fades a little every day. Maybe someone else is wearing your good morning. Maybe I was just a chapter on your way. But I'm still here, rewriting all our endings, giving us a storyline where you decide to stay. Know that it's a dream I keep on living, but letting go of you means letting go of everything. So I wish, oh I wish, I still wish, wish you could see me now without my armor. Wish you could feel the tears I hide so well. Wish you remembered I was someone worth returning. Wish you had a story you came back to tell. Wish you were here beside me in the quiet. Wish you were still the name that feels like home. But most of all, I wish that I stopped wishing, 'cause every wish I make is just your name. I wish you well, I wish you warm, I wish you everything I never got to be for you. And somewhere in between the wishing and the healing, I hope I learn to make a wish that isn't you. I'm practicing my smile in the hallway glass, watching the ghosts of the memories pass. I wonder if I'm built with a flaw in the grain, a heart that's too heavy, a mind full of rain. I gave you my hand and I gave you my soul, but somehow I couldn't make the broken parts whole. Was I too quiet or was I too loud? Just a silver lining lost in a cloud. I'm looking for reasons in the dust on the shelf, while I'm losing the war I'm having with myself. Maybe I'm not good enough to stay. Maybe I'm a debt that you couldn't pay. I'm a flickering lamp in a room full of light, a puzzle piece that never quite fit right. I'm searching for the us where the me used to be. But maybe I'm not good at being what you need. The tea is bitter and the house is still. I'm climbing a mountain, you're walking a hill. I see other couples, they're easy and gold, with stories of futures that never grow old. But I'm just a shadow, a whisper, a blur, comparing my heart to the person you prefer. Is it the way that I love? Is it the way that I cry? Is it the hello that leads to goodbye? I'm scrubbing the floors and I'm clearing the air, but I can't wash away the not enough that is there. Maybe I'm not good enough to stay. Maybe I'm a debt that you couldn't pay. I'm a flickering lamp in a room full of light, a puzzle piece that never quite fit right. I'm searching for the us where the me used to be. But maybe I'm not good at being what you need. Not good at keeping, not good at being found. Just a lonely girl on this hollow ground. Maybe I'm not good, I'm just not good enough. You left your jacket on the bedroom chair. I haven't moved since the day you left. I tell myself I'll put it away tomorrow, but tomorrow comes and I just lose my breath. I still sleep on my side of leave your pillow where it used to be. It's funny how a person leaves a room, but somehow never really leaves completely. I never thought that we would be a story that ends without a chapter finding peace. I thought that love was always worth the fighting. I thought that you and I were worth the leap. We could fix it with just one conversation. We could fix it if you walk back through that door. We could fix it with the truth between us, something real we never let ourselves explore. But you chose the silence over saving, chose the distance over staying close. We could fix it, we could fix it, but you let it go. I find myself explaining you to strangers, saying you were good but timing wasn't right. But deep inside I know that's just a story I tell myself to help me sleep at night. Because the truth is I still don't have answers. The truth is I still reach for you at dawn. And the hardest part of learning how to move on is moving through a house that still feels wrong. I keep returning to the last night with you, searching for the sign I must have missed. Was there something in the way you held me, something in the softness of that kiss? We could fix it with just one conversation. We could fix it if you walk back through that door. We could fix it with the truth between us, something real we never let ourselves explore. But you chose the silence over saving, chose the distance over staying close. We could fix it, we could fix it, but you let it go. And I'm not angry, I just miss the feeling of having someone who already knows my coffee order and my 3 a.m. crying, and every little secret that I hold. I miss the ordinary, God, I miss the ordinary Tuesday nights and nothing special days. Because now every ordinary moment feels like something beautiful we gave away. Why didn't we just say it? Why didn't we just try? We were so close to something worth believing, but we chose our pride over choosing right. I was never giving up on us. We could fix it. I had so much love to give. We could fix it if you'd only chosen us instead of choosing somewhere else to live. But you packed the memories like they meant nothing, like our love was just a place you used to know. We could fix it, we could fix it, but you already let us go. And now I'm fixing things alone, repainting walls we chose together, learning how to call this house a home without your name inside it, without your hand to hold. We could fix it, I still think we could fix it, but broken hearts can only wait so long before they learn to fix themselves and move on. You were never meant to keep forever, just a warmth that passed through open hands, like the smoke that curls above a candle, beautiful and gone before I understand. I used to watch you standing by the doorway, the way the evening light would frame your face, and I memorized you like a prayer I needed, never knowing you would leave without a trace. But smoke doesn't stay no matter how you hold it. Slip slips right through the tightest fingers every time. And I should've known that you were always drifting. Should've known that you were never really mine. Fading smoke lingers on my pillow, in the corners of the room we used to share. Fading smoke lingers in the morning, in the cold side of the bed, an empty chair. I can almost feel you in the stillness, almost smell your presence in the air. Fading smoke lingers long after you were never there. I open windows thinking it will help me let the memories dissolve into the breeze. But love leaves something deeper than a fragrance. It lives inside the walls and won't release. I find you in the spaces of the silence, in the song that plays when I forget to breathe, in the way the autumn changes everything around me, reminding me of all you used to mean. And I keep chasing something I can't capture, reaching for a feeling I can't hold. You were fire bright and morning, full of color. Now I'm standing in the ash and in the cold. Fading smoke lingers on my pillow, in the corners of the room we used to share. Fading smoke lingers in the morning, in the cold side of the bed, an empty chair. I can almost feel you in the stillness, almost smell your presence in the air. Fading smoke lingers long after you were never there. Maybe you were always meant to pass through, like a season that was never meant to stay. Beautiful and necessary and then over, teaching me the things I couldn't face. But how do I unlove a feeling? How do I unlearn the shape of you? How do I stop breathing in the echo of someone who was smoke before I knew? And still you linger, God, you linger in every quiet, ordinary moment of my day. I put out the flame, but something keeps on burning. Some part of you still refuses to fade away. Fading smoke lingers in the mirror, in the girl I was before you changed your eyes. Fading smoke lingers in the laughing, in the version of myself I left behind. I can almost hear you in the rain now, almost feel your breath against my spine. Fading smoke lingers in everything I try to leave behind. And maybe that's the cruelest kind of leaving, when someone goes but never fully clears, like smoke that finds its way into your breathing long after the fire has disappeared. So I'll open every window, let the cold air rush on through. But no matter how I air this empty house out, every room still smells like you. Fading, but never really gone. I used to fill a room with just my laughter, used to love so easy and so free. But you came and rearranged my whole foundation, then walked away like you didn't shatter me. I cook for one but set the table for two still. I talk out loud but no one answers back, and loneliness has learned to wear your cologne. It follows me through every room and hallway crack. You didn't break me, all it happen slow, like something left in rain. Each day a little more of me was missing, until I looked inside and nothing looked the same. I'm smoke because of you. I had a shape and now I'm barely here. I'm smoke because of you, dissolving slow and disappearing in the air. You held a match and watched me turn to nothing, then blew me out without a second look. I'm smoke because of you, just loneliness wrapped up in someone who was once enough, was once enough. The nights are where the loneliness gets loudest, when everything gets quiet and too still. I lie awake and talk to all your shadows. They answer back much warmer than the real. I've memorized the patterns on the ceiling. I've counted every hour until dawn. And sometimes I forget that you have left me, until the morning comes and you are gone. How do you grieve someone who is still living? Someone breathing somewhere under the same sky. How do you explain this kind of empty to people who have never said that kind of goodbye? I'm smoke because of you. I had a shape and now I'm barely here. I'm smoke because of you, dissolving slow and disappearing in the air. You held the match and watched me turn to nothing, then blew me out without a second look. I'm smoke because of you, just loneliness wrapped up in someone who was once enough, was once enough. And the loneliness is not the silence, it's the noise inside my head at 2 a.m. It's every unsent message still inside my phone. It's reaching out and pulling back again. It's being at a table full of faces and feeling like a stranger to them all. It's smiling at the right parts of the story, but dying a little in the hall. You made me someone I don't recognize, hollow and uncertain of my worth. I used to take up space like I deserved it. Now I barely feel my feet upon the earth. I'm smoke because of you, weightless but it doesn't feel like free. I'm smoke because of you, even I can barely recognize me. I used to be a fire, warm and certain. Now I'm just a chill inside this empty space. I'm smoke because of you, and loneliness is taking up your place, taking up your place, taking up your place. I'm smoke, you're gone, and I'm still here, disappearing slowly on my own. I pull the curtains closed at 7:30. Pour a glass of wine I'll barely touch, and the room gets so familiar in its silence. I've started talking just to feel like I'm enough. I tell my shadow everything you used to, the way you laughed, the way you said my name. She never interrupts and never judges. She just listens and she looks just like my pain. The candle flickers and she moves beside me, the only company that never leaves at night. And isn't it the saddest kind of living, when you're your only friend is made of fading light. So I talk to her like she can understand me. Pour my heart into the quiet of this room. Tell her every secret, every longing, every part of me that still belongs to you. I talk with shadow, 'cause nobody's listening. I talk with shadow, 'cause the walls know all my pain. I talk with shadow in the middle of the midnight. She never leaves, she always stays the same. She has heard me cry 1,000 different evenings. She has watched me fall and try to rise again. I talk with shadow, 'cause shadow understands what it means to be beside someone and still feel alone in your own hands. I tried to call my friends but stopped mid-dialing. What would I even say and how to start? That I'm drowning in a silence so familiar, that I've named the emptiness inside my heart. Some nights I sit in front of my own mirror and I talk until the words begin to blur. And the girl who stares back never has the answers, but at least she stays, at least she always were. 'Cause people get uncomfortable with sadness. They hand you hope like it's an easy fix, but shadow never tries to rush my grieving. She just sits with me inside it. And I wonder if you ever feel this lonely. Wonder if you talk to something in the dark. Wonder if the quiet gets so heavy that you build a conversation from your heart. I talk with shadow, 'cause nobody's listening. I talk with shadow, 'cause the walls know all my pain. I talk with shadow in the middle of the midnight. She never leaves, she always stays the same. She has heard me cry 1,000 different evenings. She has watched me fall and try to rise again. I talk with shadow, 'cause shadow understands what it means to be beside someone and still feel alone in your own hands. And loneliness is not just empty houses, it's a crowd of people and still feeling see-through. It's laughing at the dinner and then driving home in silence, 'cause there's nobody like you. It's the birthday messages from people who don't know you. It's the how are yous that no one waits to hear. It's performing fine for everybody watching, then going home and finally breaking here. So I talk with shadow. She's the only honest mirror. She reflects exactly what I feel inside. No performance and no pretending I am better, just the truth of every night I haven't cried. And sometimes she reaches back and I swear I feel less empty, like my darkness recognizes mine. I talk with shadow, 'cause the daylight gets too heavy. I talk with shadow, 'cause she never says move on. I talk with shadow, and she holds my whole confession. Every fear I never said out loud since you were gone. She has seen me at my lowest and my weakest. Has never once looked at me differently. I talk with shadow, and tonight she told me something said the ones who talk to darkness are the ones who need the most of someone real, who finally sees